In this video, I'm going to go over how to find your audience. Now, we need to figure this out before we begin any type of social media strategy because our audience is going to determine what our content pillars are, what our editing looks like, what our strategies look like, all of that stuff. So let's figure out how to find our audience. Okay, so the first thing we want to ask ourselves is, what am I selling? Now, obviously, you probably know right off the top of your head what you're selling, but for me, let's just make up a random example. Let's say that I'm a CPA. I prepare taxes. So tax preparation services, or what else? What else do CPAs sell? What do CPAs sell? All right, so I'm just gonna look up what CPAs sell for the purpose of this. So tax advice, planning, audits. All right, let's just do tax planning services. Keep it simple. All right, so we have what we're selling. Now let's figure out the product audience and the brand audience. So the product audience is the group of people who would directly buy what you're selling. So it is the people who would buy tax planning services. And the brand audience is going to be the people that wouldn't necessarily buy your services, but they would refer people to you. That's the difference between product and brand audience. Product audience is going to directly buy your service. Brand audience isn't going to directly buy, or they can buy, but we're not marketing towards them to directly buy. We're marketing towards them to spread our product or service via word of mouth. So yeah, I just want to get those two definitions out of the way. So actually, let me be more specific. Business tax planning services. So our product audience is going to be business owners. Those are the people who would be buying from us, is the business owners. And then the brand audience would be people who would refer us to other business owners. Now, sometimes there could be like a little bit of an overlap here where it's like, oh, okay, other business owners can refer us to business owners that can be our clients, but we want to kind of think a bit harder. You got to kind of think deep about who your brand audience is. So I'm going to take a second here and just think. So ways that I would try to find brand audiences, I would just do more research onto the product audience. So like, how do they behave? What do they watch? So let's see. What do business owners watch? This might not give me anything good, but we'll see. Okay, just give me some random shows. Where do business owners hang out? Conferences, events, meetups. Okay. Okay. Cool, this gives me some ideas. Small business development centers. Okay, by attending the right events. Okay, so right now I'm thinking brand audience could be event organizers, because that's a place where business owners congregate, you know, conferences, events, meetups. So like organizers of those events try to market, we'll have some of our content try to market towards them, so we can gain their trust and kind of like earn spots at these events and meetups, etc., to be able to kind of have that like partnership where we can sell to business owners. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, we have our product audience, which is business owners. We have our brand audience, which is kind of event organizers, or people who, let me think about this more, people who are in contact with business owners, but don't necessarily own a business themselves. So actually, now that I think about it, maybe event organizers, maybe that's too specific. This takes time. So I'm gonna write out what I just said is people who know business owners, but don't necessarily own businesses themselves. So now I gotta find a different way to kind of define these people. So when I think, who are people that know business owners, but don't own a business themselves? Okay, I mean, this could be, right off the bat, I'm just jotting down, like spitballing right now, higher ups in companies, so like employees. Let's see who else I can think of. I think that's it for now, is we'll just have the brand audience be higher ups in companies. The product audience would be business owners. So that's how we're gonna separate our marketing. Some of the stuff is gonna be catered toward business owners. Some of the stuff will be catered toward higher ups in the companies, you know, people that don't necessarily own the business. So some of our content will be catered toward business owners. Some of the content will be catered toward higher ups in companies. And it's important to have this distinction because when we write out our content strategy in a second, we want to know kind of who we're making these videos for, and why we're making the videos the way we are. So if you think about business owners, like how do they behave? What do they watch? We want to put ourselves in the minds of business owners and see what they're already consuming on a daily basis so that we can kind of take some of those elements and pull it into our content strategy. And then even when we're like making content for higher ups in companies, we want to try to figure out what those people specifically are consuming. And I'll get into how we do that research in just a second. But that is how to find your audience, specifically your product audience and your brand audience. I'll see you guys in the next video.